Hi, in this video I'm going to go through question 11 on IMAT 2011. So here we're told that employees at a printing company are paid €11 per hour basic rate during the day for Monday to Friday. But they're paid 1.5 times the basic rate on a weekday evenings and on Saturdays, and twice the basic rate on Sundays. We're told the number of hours each employee worked last week in this table here. And we want to know which employee earned the most last week. So I guess one way we could do this would just be to work out the total amount of money that each person earned during the week. And then we'd be able to look at those total earnings and figure out who earned the most. But that's kind of arduous. So is there any way to do this a bit more quickly and a bit more efficiently? So because we're only interested in which employee earned the most and not the actual amount that they earned, we can just compare the number of hours that each person worked to each other, which will consequently tell us how their earnings compare to each other, instead of working out the total earnings. So if we just pick one of these 5 people to compare everyone else against, so you can pick anyone. I'm going to go with Chaitan. I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry. Just because they worked the least number of hours on a Sunday and the pay is the best on Sundays. So maybe they will have quite a low pay compared to other people. But before I start doing the actual comparisons, are there any pieces of information that they've given us here which is totally useless if all we're doing is comparing the number of hours that they've worked? Well, you may see that on Monday to Friday evenings and Saturdays, they all work the same amount, so they're all going to get paid the same amount for the work they did here. So nobody's at an advantage or disadvantage because of the work that they did on Mondays to Friday evenings and Saturdays. So this isn't going to be helpful in working out who got paid the most overall. So we can just totally disregard all of this. Well, okay, so if we actually start doing our comparisons now. So here are my 5 employees, and Chaitan is like my 0. He worked 0 hours more or less than himself. And now we want to compare the number of hours that everyone else worked compared to Chaitan. So Alice worked 32 hours, whereas Chaitan worked 36. So Alice worked 4 fewer hours than Chaitan, so -4. Then Ben worked 27 hours compared to 36, so that's 9 hours fewer. And similarly, we can work out the results for Daniel and Ellen. And similarly for Sunday hours, Alice worked 6 hours compared to Chaitan's 2, so she gets 4 more hours, so we have a +4. And then Ben worked 6 more hours, 8 compared to 2, and similarly for Daniel and Ellen. And now remember, the pay on Sunday is twice the basic rate that they get on Monday to Friday. So these hours that they've worked on a Sunday are worth twice as much as the hours that they worked on Monday to Friday. So if we work out how many hours of basic rate these Sunday hours are worth, so basically we just want to double everything. So now if we just work out the total hours of pay that they got more or less than Chaitan, so Alice got -4 plus 8, which would give us +4 in total. Then Ben has -9 plus 12, gives us +3. Daniel has -6 plus 8, that's +2, and Ellen -1 plus 4, that's +3. So this tells us that Alice got 4 hours worth of pay more than Chaitan, Ben got 3 hours worth of pay more, and so on. So from this, we can see that the person who got the most would be Alice, and that gives us answer A.